Hello everyone. In this video, I'll be discussing Class 10th English First Flight Prose 3, Two Stories About Flying Part 2, The Black Aeroplane by Frederick Forsyth, Question Answers. In previous video, I had explained the text. Before I start my question answer discussion, I would like to recapitulate the points of the story. In previous video, I had discussed that the narrator Frederick Forsyth was flying his aeroplane over France back to England, and it was a starry and clear night. The stars could be seen twinkling. The narrator was excited to go back to his family, and he was dreaming to have a holiday with his family. When he was over Paris control room, he informed about his presence and he was asked to take 12 degrees west. So he followed the instruction. He switched his fuel to the last tank and then started moving. Now 150 miles had traveled, and Paris was 150 miles behind him, and all of a sudden he saw black clouds like a huge black mountain. He was afraid because he was sure that he cannot go through it, he cannot run over it, he cannot fly over it. So he decided, firstly he thought to go back to Paris, then he thought of having a rich breakfast with the family. So he decided to take risk. But nothing could be seen through these black clouds. All the instruments stopped working, like his radio, his compass, everything stopped working. There was no reply from the Paris control room. All of a sudden, there was a ray of hope before him in the form of a black aeroplane and a pilot who offered help to the lost aeroplane, to the Black Dakota, and narrator followed the strange aeroplane, the unknown black aeroplane, like an obedient child. Again, the narrator was worried about his fuel tank, and then finally he reached to the runway and asked about the strange aeroplane from the control room. And the lady laughed and, to his surprise, informed him that there was no any other aeroplane. Only his Black Dakota was flying in the air tonight. I hope this story is clear to you. Now let's start our discussion of question answers. Question number 1, page 40. Thinking about the text. Question number 1. I'll take the risk. What is the risk? Why does the narrator take it? As we have discussed that the narrator was flying his old Dakota aeroplane, and when he was flying to England and 150 miles Paris was behind 150 miles. So all of a sudden the narrator could see the black aeroplane, the black clouds before him, and it was like a huge mountain. But narrator wanted to be with his family, so he decided to take a risk. The risk was that to fly aeroplane through this black huge cloud. Why does the narrator take it? The narrator takes this risk to reach, to be with his family, to have breakfast with his family, and to have holidays with his family. I hope this answer is clear to you. Now let's move on to the second question. Describe the narrator's experience as he flew the aeroplane into the storm. We have to describe the narrator's experience into that storm. As we have discussed that the narrator was very eager to be with his family and to have a rich breakfast, English breakfast with his family. So he decided to take the risk. And when he entered that black huge cloud, his all the instruments, his compass, his radio, his all the instruments stopped working. His aeroplane was jumping and twisting in the air. After this, he tried to connect with the Paris control room, but he could not get connected. So he was in a very difficult situation. He was totally confused what to do next. I hope this question is clear to you. Let's move on to the third question. Why does the narrator say, I landed and was not sorry to walk away from the old Dakota? Why does the narrator say that he was not sorry? Let's discuss the answer. After landing safely on the runway, the narrator wanted to thank the pilot. When he landed safely, so he was at some distance from the control room. So, to reach to the control room, what he did? He left the aeroplane there and he wanted to reach to the control room. He wanted to cover that distance because he knew the importance of thanking the other pilot who helped him in this difficult situation. So he says that he didn't feel sorry to walk away from the old Dakota because his first and foremost priority was to thank the pilot who had helped him. I hope this is clear. Let's move on to the next question. What made the women in the control center look at the narrator strangely? Why the lady in the control room was looking at the narrator strangely? When the narrator reached the control room, he inquired from the lady about the other black aeroplane. So, this inquiry made the lady laugh and look at the narrator strangely because according to the lady, there was no other aeroplane in the sky except that old Dakota. So this inquiry was surprising for the lady, and this inquiry made the women in the control room to look at the narrator strangely. I hope this is clear to you. Let's move on to the next question. Who do you think helped the narrator to reach safely? Discuss this among yourselves and give reasons for your answer. After reading the story, we come to a conclusion that there must be someone who helped the narrator in that difficult situation. There can be a supernatural power which helped him, or we can say his willpower to reach to his family, or his sixth sense. Anything could have been his help to come out this difficult situation. I hope this is clear to you, and if you think something else for this question, if you have any other opinion, so you can write that. I hope this is clear to you. Let's discuss the exercise portion. Thinking about language. Here we have some sentences. We have to read these sentences. They looked like black mountains. In second sentence, inside the clouds, everything was suddenly black. In the black clouds near me, I saw another aeroplane. The strange black aeroplane was there. Here we have four sentences. In all the four sentences, one word is common, which is black, and that black word has different meaning in each single sentence. The word black in sentence A and C refers to the very darkest color, but in B and D, it means without light or with no light. So this word black has different meanings. For example, here we have been given two example more. That I prefer black tea means I prefer tea without milk. Second, with increasing pollution, the future of the world is black. Here, black means that very depressing or without hope. So, this is how this black has different meaning. Let's move on to other exercise. Now try to guess the meanings of the word black in the sentences given below. Check the meanings in the dictionary and find out whether you have guessed right. So we have to guess the right meanings of the word black here. So let's start with the first one. Go and have a bath. Your hands and face are absolutely black. Yeah, here black means very dirty. You should take bath because your hands and face are absolutely black. That means very dirty. The taxi driver gave Ratan a black look as he crossed the road when the traffic light was green. Black look. Black look means angry because Ratan had crossed the road when the traffic light was green. Let's move on to the other. The bombardment of Hiroshima is one of the blackest crimes against humanity. Blackest crimes means most heinous. Yeah. Next, very few people enjoy Harold Pinter's black comedy. Black comedy means depressing comedy. Sometimes Shakespeare's store essential goods to create false scarcity and then sell these in black. Sell these in black. In black means at a high price, high rate, like in the black market. To store the things and then sell at a high rate. right? Okay. Villagers had beaten the criminal black and blue severely. बहुत बुरी तरह से. Yes. Now we have another exercise. Look at these sentences taken from the lesson you have just read. I was flying old Dakota aeroplane. The young seagull had been afraid to fly with them. In the first sentence, the author was controlling an aircraft in the air. In the second sentence, the seagull was afraid to move through the air using its wings. Now, another example is children are flying kites. So we have these examples here. What we have to do, we have to match the phrases given under column A with their meanings given under column B. We have to match the phrases with their right meanings. We have to match column A with the column B. Okay. First is fly a flag. Fly a flag is display a flag on a long pole. Second, fly into rage. Fly into rage. Rage, गुस्सा होना. Become suddenly very angry. Third, fly along. Move quickly, suddenly. Fly high. Be successful. Fly the coop. Fly the coop. Escape from a place. To take escape. You can use these phrases into your conversation as well. Now, we have some other words. We know that the word fly of birds or insects means to move through air using wings. Pick the words which have the same or nearly the same meaning. We have to tick the words which are nearly same. Fine? Swoop, flutter, float, skim, flap, right? Glide. These are some words, and more you can check the meanings, right? There can be soar, descend, right? Flutter, I have told you. Now, next question. Have you ever been alone or away from home during a thunderstorm? Narrate your experience in a paragraph. You have to do this writing task which has been given on page number 41. You have to do this writing task on your own. You have to narrate your experience if you were ever alone left at home during a thunderstorm, right? And this is to be written in 120 to 150 words. The word limit is 120 to 150. I hope all the questions exercise is clear to you. In next video, we'll be doing our next topic. Till then, stay safe.